Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. In today's video we have some new details for Vader in the Kenobi series. We're also going to be talking about the new mysterious Star Wars project, Shadow of the Sith, and more. So without much further ado, and without any more jibber jabber, let us dive straight into it. So we begin with the Kenobi series. Deborah Chow recently spoke to Entertainment Weekly and revealed the Darth Vader that we're going to see in the show is going to be distinctly different to how he is in the original trilogy, and even at the end of Revenge of the Sith. She describes him as being, quote, between trilogies, and by that she means he's not going to be the Vader that we see in A New Hope just yet, and that is going to show in the overall performance, his mannerisms, actions, and so on. The director also revealed that she brought Vader back for the Kenobi series because it was, quote, hard to avoid. He was one of the first things the team insisted had to be included. If you have Obi-Wan, you've got to bring back Vader. As for the specific kind of Vader that audiences can expect, this is what she revealed. For us, it's very similar to Obi-Wan in the sense that he's in between these two trilogies, so he isn't the New Hope Vader quite yet. So we are with the character sort of in the middle of this period. It is still Vader obviously, but it's a Vader that isn't quite as fully formed as A New Hope, and this could mean a number of things. In my opinion, I think it's going to be Vader's composure. He's going to be more raw and emotion driven than the Vader that we see in the original trilogy, who's a bit more experienced, older, has less to prove, and whose presence alone is enough to make people fear him. And especially if Obi-Wan is going to challenge him twice in the show, we're probably going to see Anakin's recklessness seep through the mask in a more evident way. But I'm really intrigued and excited to see how Deborah Chow modelled Vader to fit her vision. Now we do have some more Kenobi news courtesy of Making Star Wars, who clarified some details that have been a bit ambiguous until now. In their latest report, they discuss what's going to happen on the planet of Jabiim. If you remember, recently they spoke about the humanitarian efforts by rebel partisans, and they believe that O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s character is going to be a key player in that cause on the planet. But the main question that Making Star Wars answer is one that a lot of fans have been wondering: who or what are they protecting on Jabiim, and could it be Jedi? Well, they can now confirm that the partisans are going to be protecting Force sensitives, but not Jedi. Apparently, the show is going to take a little bit from Star Wars Legends, and we will discover Jabiim's sinkhole Clone Wars era base, and in there we're going to find refugees who are, quote, Jedi material. That is the concept that was conveyed to Making Star Wars. They also say, after speaking to some people on set for this, they don't think many of these Force-sensitive people are going to survive the Kenobi series. Darth Vader, along with Purge Troopers who have new helmets, and Inquisitors, seem to finish them off. But they do say, with that said, never say never, and then they address the inevitable connection to Jedi Fallen Order. At the end of the game's story, we see Cal Kestis leave it up to the Force to help Force-sensitive children, and Making Star Wars float around the idea that this could be the natural continuation of that story. In yesterday's video, I spoke about big connections that we're seeing to Fallen Order and its sequel in the Disney Plus shows, and where all of this could lead. We know that we're getting a trailer for the sequel to Fallen Order at Star Wars Celebration, and there could be ties to the Kenobi series beyond what we already know. Making Star Wars do say that they have no indications of Cal Kestis or his involvement, but it seems like the creative team were really into Fallen Order while developing this new wave of Star Wars content. And this new generation of Jedi have been given kyber crystals. They could form a new Jedi Order, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. So next up, my dear Megalorians, we need to talk about the project Grammar Rodeo, the unknown live-action Star Wars series that recently cast a group of 10 to 13-year-olds. This is very likely to be the rumoured High Republic series, and now Bespin Bulletin have given a very interesting update on it. The mystery project is now in pre-production in Culver City, California. Let's take a look at what they said. Last month it was revealed that a mystery Star Wars project with the working title Grammar Rodeo was revealed via Production Weekly. I corroborated those claims and exclusively revealed that the series would begin principal photography in June and would film until December. They also added that the series would not be set during the era of The Mandalorian, and that one familiar name was attached to the series. Around the same time, other outlets revealed more details around the series, including Discussing Film, who revealed that Jon Favreau was on board as a producer for the series, and that Spider-Man No Way Home director John Watts was in talks to direct episodes of the mystery show. And then Cinelinx revealed that they heard the series was set during the High Republic, focused on a group of preteens, and had the series described to them as Stranger Things in space. And now the series is just a few short months away from the start of filming, but they've now been informed that for a small number of weeks, pre-production has been going at a studio in Culver City, California, where sets are being prepared ahead of the June start, but the series is also going to film at Manhattan Beach Studios, where The Mandalorian, Book of Boba, and Obi-Wan Kenobi all filmed primarily for their respective series, so it is going to use the volume. What's really interesting is that despite pre-production in Culver City, Lucasfilm have yet to confirm or even acknowledge the existence of the show, but Bespin believe that it's going to be announced on May the 4th, or maybe even at Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim. Now, we've spoken about this project a little bit in the past, not much is known, but it seems to be the general consensus that it is going to be High Republic. We know that Lucasfilm are pushing this initiative, so it was only a matter of time until the High Republic made it to the screen, and it looks like it's going to be a live-action series. This could really change the perception for some fans though. Those who perhaps didn't like the books, didn't read them, or whatever, if the live-action series is good and well received, that could change the perception in the fandom of this era of storytelling. And so finally guys, a quick update for the upcoming Adam Christopher novel, Shadow of the Sith. StarWars.com have revealed the cover art as well as an awesome excerpt. This novel takes place 13 years before the events of Episode 7 The Force Awakens, and centers around Luke Skywalker, who is haunted by dark side visions, foretelling Palpatine's return on Exegol, and Lando Calrissian is searching the galaxy for his daughter, only to learn that Ochi of Bestoon was tasked to kidnap her, and Ochi is also hunting down Rey's parents. The novel aims to fill in some gaps from the sequel trilogy, but one of the biggest things that takes place is Anakin's Force Ghost finally speaks to Luke. This was teased at the end of the excerpt, and it's something that Star Wars fans have wanted to see happen for a very long time. Hopefully it's not just in a book though, and we do see that on screen. Hopefully in the Ahsoka series if Luke appears in that show, but further in the timeline in Shadow of the Sith, it happens here too. And just one more thing before I go guys, we did get the latest trailer of LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. This is the final promotional until the game releases in just 11 days time, and as you would expect, it's full of comedy, but focuses on dark side users. Now, one other update we have for the LEGO game is that there's going to be no character customization. On Twitter, a 2019 interview surfaced regarding the game, featuring a developer who confirmed that the game would have a character customizer, but that is no longer the case. TT Games, the developers behind the game, stated that sometimes features change throughout development and that the final product is not going to have a character customizer. Some fans were upset, but it's a minor setback when you consider there's going to be over 300 playable characters, with more to come after launch, and at that point, you could argue that character customization would have hardly been used. The game looks incredible from what I've seen, and anticipation for this game is monumental. I simply cannot wait for April the 5th to get my hands on the game and do a full review, so look out for that as well. But with that said, my dear friends, that brings us to the end of this Star Wars news update. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Show me some love with a big fat thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and a massive welcome if you are. The link to my Patreon is down there in the description. But until the next one guys, may the Force be with you always. I'm Star Wars Meg. Have a good one.